Hey everybody, Dr. Stephen here. What a joy and a delight it has been to get to know you guys this past week, reading the introductions and then jumping right into the discussion questions. I need to say I have really enjoyed just how thoughtful and thorough already your discussions are. And to that point, I just want to make a real quick clarification. This is a 1,000 level introductory course. And so because of that, I'm aware some of you are brand new to higher education or you're returning after many years of not being in school. It might be your first semester at TKU. And so I want you to take a collective sigh of relief. For the discussion threads, I'm not worrying about word count. I'm not doing grammar checks. The way I grade discussion thread questions and all in this course is full credit for participation. If you make a post, and then if you respond to at least 2 other posts, and then we just have a robust and thoughtful and respectful back and forth and dialogue, you get full credit. So I anticipate all the students that are involved to get full credit for that portion of your grade. You'll get an A for discussion threads. It's that simple. So just jump in, make sure you do, and we're going to have a great time, and you're going to do very well. I hope you enjoyed my silly little Sitz im Leben video. I don't have that silly hat on with me. Just a second. I have the hat right up here where it perches on the top of my one bookshelf. This thing, whoops, one of them just fell off. This one is Sevilla, Spain. This little hat, I bought it in Bavaria, southern Germany, about 25 years ago. We were there in Europe for a month with our kids. I mentioned in the Sitz im Leben video that my wife is half German and we have relatives, and so we spent a lot of time there. So I bought this hat. It was empty, and I bought a feathered hat pin on this side and a feathered hat pin on this side from the places where I was at that point. And then I realized people start collecting them and they start putting them all over their hats. So I started getting them anywhere in the world I would go that would have a hat pin, usually at a little airport gift shop or something, and I would get them. And then a few friends of mine got me a few of them as well. My niece has got me 2 or 3 on some of her trips. So consequently, I have over 100 pins, and this thing weighs like 10 pounds. So I don't wear it very often. In fact, I really only wear it for Sitz im Leben videos. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it accomplished the purpose I intended, which was to get us on the right trajectory in this class. So this week, it's a simple week. You don't have anything to turn in. We're going to have 2 discussion questions, and to inform those discussion questions, we're going to have 2 videos. The first one, perhaps I should rearrange my class schedule so that I put this in the first week. Maybe I'll look into that next semester. But for the time being, it's the first interview with the author of Saving the Bible from Ourselves, Glenn Powell. And it's done here in my basement. Remember I told you in my, my introductory video that several years ago we taped 4 video interviews here in my basement in different locations, and you are really going to enjoy them. It's about 8 minutes long, and it just sets the tone for the class and for why the author himself wrote this book and how he is hoping people will engage with it. So I think you're going to really enjoy that. The second video is actually part 1 and part 2, and I have to explain. It's a little longer video, but it was just I think it's about 15 minutes long. It was too big, the video file, for me to upload into my YouTube channel, so I had to cut it in half. And so it says genre part 1, genre part 2. It's the identical one. You'll see that I'm wearing the same clothes. I'm here in my study as I'm talking. I just had to cut it in half. I know it's a little long, but on YouTube, if you go to settings and then you pick playback speed, you can go to 1.25 or even 1.5, and it won't affect the sound quality. I won't sound like a chipmunk, but you can get through it, in about 25% less time. So if you need to do that, that's fine. I need to make a couple of clarifications or caveats about the genre video. I probably should redo it, quite honestly, for 2 reasons. The reason I haven't redone it is I was so pleased with how the material came out. I really like how it all came out, so I haven't redone it. But one thing I need to make reference to is I made this several years ago, and I think it was 3 years ago when I first started teaching this Intro to the Bible class, and I did it, and that was the summer where we had that total eclipse of the sun in parts of the United States. And I make a reference to that when talking about prophecy and those things. So when I say that, just be aware that was several years ago. The second one is a much more vain reason, and that is in the last 2.5 years, I've actually lost quite a lot of weight. And so maybe I should, retape it so you're not seeing the fatter version of me in that genre video. But you're going to watch that, and then that's going to inform and that along with some of the readings and understanding Scripture, talking about genre in the Bible. So those are the 2 videos. You watch them, and then you jump in on the 2 discussion questions. And then in another week, the reflection, your first of 2 reflection papers is going to be due. Now, don't worry about this either, because I'm going to give you real specifics about it, but we'll start right here. A reflection paper is a 3 to 5 page, double-spaced of course, personal reflection about one of the textbooks. You have 2 textbooks, Understanding Scripture, edited by Wayne Grudem, and Saving the Bible from Ourselves by Glenn Powell. You can pick either one first. And I understand, I know that in a 7-week, half a semester, you haven't read the whole book, you've only read a chapter or 2 at that. But what I want you to do is spend the first half of this reflection paper. So if it's 3 to 5 pages, and 3 pages is fine, the first page and a half is just, through the table of contents and looking it over, you're just describing the book and its purpose and how it's laid out. That's kind of just an accountability thing so that we know you're engaging the text. The second half, the second page and a half to 2 pages, I want you to pick something that you've read thus far that really resonated with you and just share about that. Honestly, it's not long, and you will be done before you know it. And you'll upload it at the end of week 3, and you're going to all do great. Frankly, I'm an easy grader. I just want people to genuinely engage and do the work, and they're going to get a great grade. So that won't be a problem. Folks, we're going to have a great week. I look forward to seeing you in the discussion threads, and God bless you all.